Surprise! It wasn't a very good surprise. Surprise! What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, one and all, to another episode of Model Monday Live. The hottest ticket in town, baby. Great to see everybody in here. Best surprise ever. Thank you. Thank you, James. Thank you, Striker. Great to see everybody in here. How's everybody doing? What a surprise. Guys, it's Monday. I was teaching all morning. I want to have this. There we go. Have that represented properly. It's Monday. I was teaching all morning. I'm so happy. We were doing advanced part modeling, custom class that I wrote. I think it's actually called advanced part design or something like that, but custom class that I wrote, and we got to talk about fillets. We talked about fillets almost all morning. It's always so cool to see how deep certain commands go in SolidWorks, and we really beat it up a lot, and it was cool. Like, there's so much cool stuff that you can do with fillets, whether it's examining what's going on with the 2D cross-sectional profile, examining what's going on with the tangency, implementing a conic profile, doing variable profiles, full round fillets, using hold lines, using setback parameters. Like, we really went for it. The rounded corners option, that deep rounded corners option. Victor K says, what is a fillet? Yes, exactly. Great question. Full round fillets, let's go. FPV Cav, yep, full round fillets. And one of the things I love about full round fillets is how it teaches people how to use that right click for carriage return to advance through the menus. Like, there's just so many little residual lessons. It's just been a while since I've been teaching, guys. It feels so good. Feels so good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Love to see you take on the window handle in FreeCAD. Yo, challenge accepted. Let's go for it. Well, let me make a note real quick, Jim Yu. Jim Yu's VIP, so if he requests a tutorial, FreeCAD tutorial, let's go. Let's see how the FreeCAD noob can navigate the streets of the lofting with guide curves in FreeCAD. I think we can do it. Whatever, let's go for it. FreeCAD tutorial. Noted and added to the book. We're going to get it into the rotation. Guys, great to see everybody in here. Let me just do some quick shout outs here, and then we will get started with our first challenge. But I got to say, it's so awesome to see everybody in here. LCR Brick Tech is here. What's up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Feels good to be back. How are you? I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Guntus is here. Guys, if you haven't seen the content that Guntus has been posting, click on his username, go to his YouTube channel, and check out all the great Onshape solves that he provides. It's been we've been so fortunate to have Guntus in the community, adding content to the website, adding content to the community, helping users get unstuck when they get stuck. So thank you, Guntus. It means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Jim Yu is here. Welcome. Lotos is here. Welcome, my friend. Het Patal is here. He's going to be competing this week. Today is going to be his little preview, competing, getting himself warmed up for the competition this week. Sebastian is here. Welcome, my friend. Jern says hello, hello, hello. Eco Stang, what's up? Rich Penn, happy Model Monday live time. Pico Boo is here. Our super ultra special guest, Pico Boo, is here for this episode. I like it. I like it. Rambro's Workshop, hello, my friend. World champion of 3D CAD speed modeling, not in the tournament this year. So we're going to see a new world champion. See what happens, Rambros. We got to get all the champions together. And Gabor is here. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hello, welcome. He's welcoming me to the chat. I'm welcoming him to the live stream. Ricardo Jean is here. What's up, my man? Dom is here. Dom put on a clinic on Friday. I don't think anybody in the tournament could have beaten him on Friday. That was some of the best CAD speed modeling we've seen in the tournament. That was awesome to see. Ricardo, hello. Hello again. FPV Kev, got here just in time. Matab is here. Hello, hello. I'm glad divorce court gave Monday custody to the CAD dad. Okay, thank you. Yes, that is exactly right. You got it exactly. Eco Stang, thank you for that. And Paragene is here. Says good evening to all. Good evening, good evening. And let's see here. Striker, hello. Peekaboo, hello. Hans is here. Welcome. Inventor is the GOAT. Nice. We got to see another Inventor champion. We saw Gerbin a couple of years back. We got to get another Inventor champion into the mix for sure. Mark UK is here. Mark from the UK. Mark UK. And what's up? What's up? I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Victor K is here. Hello, hello. Andrew Lowe reference. Yeah, good. What is a fillet? Man, he does some real magic with fillets and delete face and then recreating the blends. It's so cool to see. Patar is here. Greetings, Toby, my man. Greetings. Eric Potter is here. Hello. And Christian is here. Well, hola. Welcome. And Goaltender is here. Listening but at work. All good, my friend. We'll try and give you a lot of audio tips and tricks as we're going through here. And Shebsy is here. What's up, Shebsy? Thanks for joining us. Guys, what an awesome way to start the week. Let's get into it here. We had a great ending to last week with the tournament, and now we have a great start to this week. Model Monday Live. Some CAD modeling practice for all of the chat. All right, just dropped in to see you guys. See you next week. Bye. Bye, LCR Brick Tech. Good seeing you in here. Thanks for joining us again. All right, guys. We're going to do 2 CAD speed modeling challenges. We're going to do TooTallToby updates. We're going to do a live solve using 3D CAD. We got to work some free CAD into these live solve mixes. I think maybe we'll do that in the near future. And of course, I got to say thank you. Thank you to the entire TooTallToby community. Guys, without all of you, we would not be the community that we are. So thank you to all the subscribers, all the super thankers, all the joiners, all the likers, all the tutorial makers, all the super chatters, all the value for value folks out there, the Practice Models Premium users, all the students, anybody who has shared, all the commentors, and of course, the Discord crew. If you guys haven't been in the Discord recently, check it out. We have a lot of fun in there. And guys, today we're going to do a live solve, a very special live solve. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and reshare. And if you have the financial means, oh no, it's different slide. Stand back, go back one. All right, let's get into it. Today we're going to challenge you to take a 2D drawing and turn it into a 3D model. And as soon as you are done creating that model, you're going to try to calculate the mass with the correct material, and you're going to enter that mass directly into the YouTube chat. And the second half of the show, we're going to do it a little different. We're actually going to use the platform and do it on the platform. But these are the materials we use. If you're going to calculate the mass and get the mass correct, you have to have the correct material. You have to have the correct density. So if you are new to the channel, take a moment, do a screen capture, make sure that you have these material densities locked in your CAD system so that you too can participate in the challenges. You got to make sure you have these material densities. If you don't have the materials in your library yet, that's okay. We got a lot of tutorials on how to do that in the Discord, but for now, you can just create a custom material and then just use the custom material. You should be golden. And the basic rules are that you can use any 3D CAD package as long as you can input density and output mass. Make sure you use the specified precision, and the first person to answer correctly in the chat will be declared the winner. And what will you win? You will win a coveted point on the Model Monday Live leaderboard. You can see that the race for first is now between Aaron C., Rambro's Workshop, and Victor K. But guys, with 3.5 months left and about 6 points up for grabs every month, it's really anybody's game. So good luck. Good luck, one and all. We can see what the current standings look like. Matab is there in 4th place, but you know, a few good runs here, a few episodes where he sweeps, and he's going to be up there neck and neck with Aaron C. So good luck to everyone in this challenge today, and good luck with earning these points. And congratulations to everyone who is on this challenge board. And Vicky Chong is in the chat, asked a fantastic question. What is a walleye taco? That is a really good question. All right. Guys, don't forget the advanced rules are this is meant to be fun and good-spirited. Occasionally, I will make mistakes. And the Ivan exploit is permitted. And we're going to add one more advanced rule. Aaron C. is on vacation, so all the points are 10x'd. He's going to come back and be like, what? What just happened? All right. No, just kidding on that one. Points are just worth 1 point. Okay. Oh, no. He's here. Oh, boy. Sorry, Aaron C. Nothing. We weren't talking about anything. Oh, boy. Okay, guys. Let's get into it here. This very first CAD challenge for all of you. Everyone in the chat, it begins as soon as the challenge goes live. You're going to grab a screen capture, and you're going to try to turn this into a 3D model. Here we go. This CAD challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? What is the mass of this part in grams? This part's called Peekaboo. Guys, we got a special challenge for our friend Peekaboo. He has joined the YouTube channel at the level of buy me a cup of coffee. And we are doing a special promotion right now where if you join the channel and if you're still in by the time we cycle around to you, you get a special model added in your honor. So, hello, Peekaboo. Congratulations and thank you for being a part of the TooTallToby community. It's great to have you in here. Guys, this is a part that can be 3D printed. It could be used to hold small paint bottles, like 2-ounce bottles or similar size object. Of course, if you're using a different object, you can 3D print it, but you can change the size of the holder spaces. But this is a part that can be used, can be 3D printed, and that is because I don't know much about Peekaboo, but I believe he has some background in model making and model painting. So Peekaboo, I know you're in the chat. Thank you for being a member of the channel for so long. And I hope that this is a 3D print that you can 3D print out, or a model that you can build and then you can 3D print it out and you can use this. FPV Kev says, what's the story behind this model? I should have waited for that question to come in to answer. I mean, that would be cool too. Anthony says tic-tac-toe. That'd be kind of cool if you 3D printed some tic-tac-toe pieces and then you could have like a little game to play. Just have like a reusable tic-tac-toe board. That'd be a cool alternate use of this. I like that. Get Rambros and Aaron C. already coming in with an answer. Guys, these guys are so fast. Guys, go slower. It's too fast. Yeah, exactly. All right. Guys, we're going to continue with today's epic Model Monday Live presentation. Just want to remind you, hit that like button. What do we got for likes right now? Let me look at my monitoring setup here. We probably have a couple, right? 21 likes. Let's go. 49 people watching. Let's see what we can do to get that to be 1-to-1 likes. 1-to-1 for our likes and our viewers. It's always good when that happens. And guys, don't forget to share and reshare. If you see what we're doing and you like what we're doing and you want to invite other people to the community, let them know. Let them know what we are doing. Make sure that you are able to maybe walk up to some of your coworkers. Let them know what we're doing as well. And of course, if you have the financial means, consider joining the party at a financial level by joining Practice Models Premium at TooTallToby.com, by becoming a member on the YouTube channel, or by visiting us at TooTallToby.com/donate. We really appreciate all of the donations, the financial support, and the memberships that come in. And we try to do what we can to make those memberships fun and valuable. All right, guys, in the world of TooTallToby, what's going on? Like I said, I am teaching today. If you want to get a sneak peek of what my teaching style is like, you can visit us at TooTallToby.com/training. We do have some SolidWorks courses that are self-paced that are posted. If you're just getting into the world of SolidWorks, you can take our 30-minute quick start for free, or you can sign up for our SolidWorks 101 training or our CSWP prep training. These are all fantastic resources for anybody trying to get up to speed in the world of SolidWorks. And if you bundle them all together, you get a little discount. Can take the challenge, go from SolidWorks 0 to hero in just 30 days. So a little bit of training every day goes a long way. And of course, if you want to do custom training, like I mentioned at the start of the show, we are doing a training class today. You can hire me for custom training for you, for your team. That might be something that is a training class that I've already written. I have many training classes that I've written myself. Or it might be something that we create custom for you and your team. You know, we can work it out. So if you reach out to Vicky at TooTallToby.com, or the other thing that I really like doing is working with people who are going from napkin sketch to prototype. I love helping people get across that bridge where they've just come up with an idea and now they want to turn it into a 3D model so that they can 3D print it, see how it feels in their hand, see how it works with their electronics mixed into the assembly. This is something I really enjoy doing. So if you know anyone, or if you yourself are interested in that type of service, be sure to let us know. Het Patel coming in with an answer. Let's go. Striker coming in with an answer. That's what I like to see. Guys, we are in tournament season. It is my favorite time of year when we're in tournament season. And this year, I've been kind of getting spoiled. We've had so many tournaments. And next year, I think we're going to have a few more. Have a few more on deck for next year. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We officially have started the World Championship of 3D CAD speed modeling. Who's going to take it down? We've got 5 different CAD systems, 15 countries, and there's going to be one world champion. Last week, we saw Mr. Alex go up against Jacob, and Mr. Alex took it down. The number 8 seed upset the number 7 seed. And last week, we saw Dom, number 10 seed, go up against Lotos, the number 6 seed, and the number 10 seed took it down as well. And one thing that really amazes me about this tournament is that if we go to TooTallToby.com and then we go to the tournaments page, you can see here that, like I saw Matab was 5th seed, and I was like, oh, what's Matab doing? Is he going slow on purpose to get a lower seed? And then I looked at his time, and it's like 2:21, 35 seconds, 52 seconds, 52 seconds. So no, he's not going any slower. It's just that the competition is getting so much stronger year after year after year, and these are just incredible times that we're seeing here. I remember when we first started the tournament, we were struggling to get people to finish the 3 models under 10 minutes. And now we see that everybody here in the top 10, or almost everybody in the top 10, did the whole thing in under 3 minutes, under a minute per model. And really everybody that qualified just had these amazing times. So I'm very excited to see how things shake out this week, how the tournament goes. Of course, speed modeling, having looked at the model a bunch of times and getting a chance to plan is a little bit different than what we do in the tournament, where you look at it for the very first time. But I am very excited, very interested to see what happens here. And Vicky says, if anyone's interested in co-commentating, shoot me an email. All right, let's get some co-commentators in the booth. Let's go. No competition is Friday. So it's a little bit hard to read this chart. So what happens is we just put them in the 4 corners, FPV Kev. So we do September 5th in the upper corners, and then September 12th in the lower corners. We just put them in the upper and lower. Yep, you got it. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting this week. We got our number 1 seed, Sebastian, going up against our number 14 seed, Het Patal. And we got our number 2 seed, Ricardo Jean, going up against Will G. So, our number 15 seed. So, that's going to be really interesting to see. We got some CATIA versus Onshape and some SolidWorks versus SolidWorks. Aaron C. says, I used to be able to count the number of what I would call superstars on one hand. Not the case anymore. The skill ceiling is so much higher now. Yeah, well said. Well said, my friend. So join us for these matches. It's awesome. We had our first one on Friday. It was great. And speaking of joining us, right in the middle of the tournament, right between the round of 8 and the semifinals, we are going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. If you want to join us in Phoenix, Arizona, we're going to be at a very special conference called PDX, a Product Development Expo. And if you're not familiar with this conference, it is a conference of users, of manufacturers, of designers, of engineers, to help people understand some of the best and the most efficient ways to go from just having an idea to actually having something developed, having a product fully developed, manufacturable, ready for distribution, and kind of all the steps in between. There are going to be a bunch of vendors. There's going to be training on both days. And the theme of all of this is this idea of accelerating engineering and what can you do to really go from kind of having that idea to getting that idea out to market as quickly as possible. So you can visit PDX, the website. Vicky's got the website, the registration link there in the chat. And if you do sign up, if you are going to be there, first of all, we get to hang out together, which will be a lot of fun. And second, there is a TooTallToby discount code TTT50. You can use that when you register, and we would love to see you in person and love to hang out together. Hopefully, we could even maybe work in some. I know we're going to have actually a live competition there as well. So we'll work in some speed modeling, work in some competition there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. And guys, I got to give a shout out to our good friend of the show here, Mesa Makes. He's got an awesome shop where you can get these oversized mugs, these tall boy mugs that I like. Educate, fabricate, caffeinate. That's what it's all about. Educate, fabricate, dominate. Let's go. So you guys can check it out. Mesa-makes.shop. Mesa-makes-shop.fourthwall.com. Just rolls off the tongue. But visit Corey, visit his shop, visit Mesa Makes. He puts out some great work. He's a good friend of the show. He's done co-commentary with us. He's been in the tournament. And he's even helped us host a tournament just for high school students. Really good friend of the show. Very excited to see his shop and see his products on my desk. And so, guys, what we have done here with the channel is we've created a partnership here between Practice Models and Model Monday Live. And what Practice Models is it's an app. You can visit us at TooTallToby.com to get access to that app. And what we do on that app is we post challenges of real-world models. You know, we think that one of the best ways to learn 3D CAD is to learn by practicing creating real-world models. And maybe this is stuff that you do normally at the office, but maybe it's stuff that you never do at the office. You know, maybe you do sheet metal all day at the office, and so you want to filter our challenges based on 3D printable challenges, or you want to do some woodworking or some assembly challenges, mix it up a little bit, you know. It also gives you a chance to really refine your workflows, like the most common tasks that you do, how to quickly add fillets to all four corners, how to quickly jump from a cut extrude into a shell, into a mirror, you know, all these workflows that you run into over and over and over again. This website's going to give you kind of a testing ground where you can really work on those workflows and help yourself to make those workflows be more efficient, faster, so you can really focus on the engineering and not worry so much about getting caught up in the CAD part of engineering. CAD is just one tool that we use in engineering. So if you guys have a chance, be sure to visit us at TooTallToby.com. You can see here that the website is set up so that people of any CAD system can get started for free. So even if you don't have an account here, you can see even if I log out, we could do here, try as a guest, and then you could try the very first challenge totally for free. And we've got some tutorials here, tutorials in FreeCAD, Onshape, Fusion, SolidWorks, to help you get through this first challenge in case you get stuck. So even if you don't have an account at all, you can still get in there and give it a test. If you know anybody who just got their very first 3D printer, maybe send them our way. Send them over to TooTallToby.com to Practice Models and let them know. You know, let them know what we're doing over there and let them know that that's a great place that they can learn all about 3D CAD and kind of refine their skills. Anthony Simmons says, I've done all the free ones, but too broke to pay for the premium. I love the website biz. Well, thank you, Anthony. You know, you can always reach out to us if that's the case, and Vicky and I can talk to you. Maybe we can work out something. We don't ever want to deny anybody the ability to continue their CAD journey. So we're always open to talk, and just maybe you want to try and reach out to us. We'll see what we can do for you. So guys, visit Practice Models. It's an awesome app. It's an awesome website. It's a lot of fun. On that note, Anthony, perfect timing on that note. If you do want to sign up for the premium to unlock the entire library, it's $9 a month if you buy just 1 month, $7 a month if you buy 6 months, and it's $583 a month if you buy for 12 months. $69.99 if you buy for 12. Much love. Anthony says much love. Let's go. Much love. Guys, I got to give a huge shout out to our web dev team, Bodie McBoatpants and Hubi 3DFX. Without these guys, we would not have all the amazing new enhancements we have on the Practice Models app, like the fastest times leaderboard, the top 100, the first 42, all that good stuff. That's all thanks to our web developers. Thank you, Bodie, and thank you, Hubi. And guys, I'm also very excited to announce a new partnership. CADOP.io is coming soon. If you want to get a sneak peek, you can visit beta.cad.io, and we can show you guys a little bit about what the site looks like here. And you can see here that this is a modern, or helps you do modern CAD documentation, but makes it simplified. That's what it's really all about here, guys. This is pretty exciting. If you guys haven't seen this before, I'm just going to read a little bit of what's going on here. You can kind of see this as well. In fast-moving market, legacy CAD documentation slows processes and inflates costs. Our cloud-first platform automates repetitive tasks, keeps data consistent across teams, and scales effortlessly as your product lines grow. Engineers stay focused on design while stakeholders get clean, export-ready deliverables in minutes, not days. So ultimately, you can see here what this does is it really cuts out a lot of the issues that you can run into when you are working with documentation and needing to distribute that documentation to the most important stakeholders. And what's really cool is that it works in a browser. You get this smooth 3D viewer that lets you inspect all those assemblies from any device. And that's really what's going to make this stand out from other products. So if you guys ever run into this, you can definitely check it out. And Jern asking a fantastic question. Is this your project or a sponsor project? This is actually a sponsor of the channel, but also a member of the channel. It's none other than our good friend Sebastian. He's in the tournament, and he's trying to kick off a new project, and we love it when members of our community try to kick off a project like this. We want to try and support them all the way, but he's also helping out with sponsorship of the tournament and some other sponsorship that we're going to learn about in the next coming weeks as well. So huge shout out to Sebastian. Super happy to have you as part of this community. And it's been awesome seeing all the content that you've been putting up. And it's been awesome seeing you compete in the tournaments. So Jern, it's one of our own, somebody from the community who's coming out with this. Really, really cool. Anthony in the chat says, nice work, Sebastian. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is cool. So, guys, check us out. Vicky dropped the link there. And you can see here Sebastian in the chat saying, if you have any questions, throw them at me. He's ready. He's saying, throw them ATM me. Yeah, throw ATM at him. Guys, if you want to learn more about CADop.io or TooTallToby or anything CAD related, visit us on the TooTallToby Discord. That's what it's all about. All right, that is it for now. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and reshare. And we are going to get into our first answer here. We're going to find out who got it correct. But as always, I want to say thank you so much to the people who join us at the level of Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. You can join on the YouTube channel down at the bottom. And one of the things that we do for these members is we create a custom practice model, a personalized practice model. It's usually, if I know the person, then I will create something that I know that they're interested in. If I don't know the person, I do a little bit of sleuthing on the internet and see what I can find out about them. And so Peekaboo, I hope this one hits home for you. I hope that this is something that you can use. Maybe you already have some of these paint holders, but you can always use something like this to organize your desk. And this would be something that you could maybe hold some model paint in. If you make it a little bit larger, you could hold it. You could use it for like caulk or something like that. Like if you're doing construction type projects. So if you make it a little bit larger, you can maybe use it to hold drinks, hold beers, things like that. So definitely a cool model, and it's always cool to be able to take these models to model them up and then to be able to 3D print them. So thank you so much to all the people who joined the channel over the past year. We started doing this last year, and now what we've started doing is rolling some of these into our Practice Models app. And so in doing that, we're also recognizing some of these different members. And LLAMAS helps us out a lot on the side as well. He also was a member. He joined at the Buy Me a Seltzer level, but he also helps out a ton on the side. And I know him personally. He's my brother, and he's also done co-commentary with us even. So he really helps us out a lot. So I'm glad we got to recognize him last week. This week we get to recognize Peekaboo. Who's next? Who's going to be next on this list? I don't know, but we will find out. All right, guys, let's find out what the answer to model number 1 is. Let's go in here to our chat. Here we go. Had to find it there. And let's see who came with that answer first. I know that those answers came in so darn quickly. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Anthony asked, is it tic-tac-toe? And then Rambro said, I don't care what it is. I'm busy modeling it. And he was done. 215. Aaron C, 215 grams. Sebastian, 215. Let's go. Let's go. Victor K, 222. Uh-oh. Victor K coming up with something different. These guys might have all gotten it wrong. Gray, 215. Matab, 215. EcoStang, 215. Victor K, 215. Let's go. Let's go. Ricardo Jean, 215. Het Patal, 215. Striker, 215. Jern, 215. Guntis, 215. Let's see here. Jim Yu, 215. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it. All right. Paragene coming in 215 grams. Very nice. Very, very nice. Guys, I love seeing all these answers in here, but only one person can earn the point, and that one person is Rambro's Workshop. Wow. Continuing to close that gap against Aaron C. My goodness. They were both there neck and neck. We got to see an exhibition match between these two, I think. Rambro's Workshop, Aaron C, neck and neck. It's going to be Rambro's Workshop who earns that point, though. Let's put a GG in the chat for Rambro's Workshop. GG Rambros. Well done, my friend. Let's go. That's what we like. Wow, wow, wow. Aaron C says, that's crazy. I was ahead on my computer. Yep. That's why we use YouTube as the arbiter. Helps keep me out of trouble a little bit. All right, guys. So now we're going to do just a little bit of prep work here. Kind of get this second challenge ready. If you guys don't have an account yet, make sure that you sign up for a free account over at TooTallToby.com. TooTallToby.com/practice or just TooTallToby.com. And while I'm getting this this next model ready for all of you, make sure I got everything looking good in here. I always feel like I missed something in this when I'm setting this up. But yeah, while I'm getting this next model ready for you, guys, I just want to say something real quick to the chat, and we don't have to belabor this too much. Clone's gonna clone. Clone's gonna clone. And what I mean by this is, look, we're at the point now, TooTallToby's at the point now where we're doing so much cool stuff that there's going to be people out there that try to make copycats of what we're doing, that try to kind of recreate what we're doing here on the site with the community. And I think that what you want to always remember is what Sam said in Lord of the Rings: shortcuts lead to long journeys, right? That's always how it is. Shortcuts lead to long journeys. Whenever somebody tries to shortcut and tries to, there's lots of ways you could take shortcuts, but whenever somebody tries to take a shortcut, they're probably going to end up in some unexpected detours. And that's just the way it is, guys. And the fact that people are out there trying to copycat what we're doing just means that what we're doing is really good. And so I know that with how hard we've all worked and how much we feel like this community is really all of us working together, it can kind of stir up some emotions when you see that people are doing that, when you see people are claiming to be the first, when you see people are claiming that their thing is new or whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. You gotta let that roll off of you, all right? If you run into a situation like that, just say something nice. That's my advice. My advice: say something nice, okay? Or just ignore it. You can just ignore it too, right? You could say something nice. You could say like, "Hey, we got a pretty good thing over here. If you like this style of learning, maybe check out TooTallToby.com." Or you just don't say anything. Just don't worry about it. It doesn't matter, all right? So yeah, say something nice about TooTallToby, or just don't worry about it. I know that it feels like it's like a direct attack or something like that, but it's not. You don't have to worry about it. If anything, it's a compliment, right? And that's okay too. It's okay when people see that what we're doing is so cool that they want to make their own version of it. And it's even okay when they say that theirs is the first. It doesn't matter. We're good, guys. We're good. We got such a good thing going here. Let's just keep it rolling. That's what matters. So just keep that in mind if you're out there. You'll see. Yeah, you'll see. I didn't want to say the end part. The end part felt a little bit harsh, Vicky. But yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah. It's all good, guys. So if you see anything out there, if you happen to be on the message boards and see anything, don't worry about it. Just like I said, say something nice. If you want to do anything, don't get into an argument with these people. They don't care anyway. They probably the more arguing you do, they probably just see it as their opportunity to create some talking points. So don't get into an argument with them. Just say it's all good. Just say what we're doing is pretty cool. Just talk nicely about TooTallToby and our community. And that's all you have to do. Or just don't say anything, but don't engage. That's my other advice. Don't engage. There's like an old saying, right? If you shouldn't wrestle with a pig because you both get dirty and the pig enjoys it. It's like an old American farm saying. Maybe that saying exists in other countries too, but don't roll around with them. It's not worth it. It's just gonna get you dirty and they're gonna enjoy it. So there you go. That's my advice. All right, guys. Let's go. We are now going to go and we're going to set up our next challenge. So this second challenge is going to be what we call a featured challenge practice model. And this is something really special that we do on the TooTallToby website. So if you go to the TooTallToby website, you go up to the top of the page, you're going to see that we have this week's featured challenges. And currently there's 2 featured challenges on there. But if you refresh, if we all get into a refresh war here, what we're going to see in just a moment is that there's going to be a 3rd challenge. And as soon as that challenge shows up, that challenge is live. And we're going to find out who is able to finish this challenge first. So I'm going to refresh the page now, and let's see what happens on the practice models library. I know that everybody's hitting the site. Everybody's trying to refresh. It's like we're all trying to get through that door at the same time. Oh, here it is. We scroll down a little bit, 250904, and go. Let's go, DDoS. Yeah, that's the one downfall of the TooTallToby community. We intentionally DDoS the website every Monday. So a little minor design flaw. We'll figure it out. So guys, if you scroll down here, you'll see that this challenge is now live. It's available for everyone, even if you have a free account. It's available for you, Anthony. It's available for everyone. So you can go in here and you can say click here to practice. And you can see that this is also one of our special models, a very special model here where we are recognizing somebody from the community, somebody who joined up on our Buy Me a Cup of Coffee level on the YouTube channel. And that somebody was none other than Min Watex. And he's been a supporter for a long time. And Min Watex, we really appreciate your contributions. We really appreciate your support. And I was kind of digging through some of his stuff, and I found this really cool. It's like a piece of jewelry. It's almost like 2 sheet metal parts put together. It doesn't have to be sheet metal, but it's like this heart pendant that was made from 2 dining forks. It's pretty cool. pretty cool here. And I know that on the print here it says no Ivan exploits, but obviously I can't control that. If you guys want to do Ivan exploits, you go for it. It's fine. But you can see here that this is a pretty cool model, pretty fun model. And the question here is, what's the total mass of this multi-body part or assembly in XX.x grams? So the tolerance here is plus or minus 0.1. And guys, this is a really fun challenge. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. And I'm going to give this thing a shot here in just a second. Striker says, apparently my IS department has your site blocked. Oh no, that's not good. Well, you're gonna have to get a VPN, I guess. Or jump on cellular. You could go through cellular. That'll get you through. All right, guys. Yeah, so FPV Kev says, could you just model one and double the mass? You could, definitely. I mean, I would consider that a little bit, maybe a little bit cheap. I mean, I wouldn't do it that way. I try to do things the right way. I'm certainly not going to do it that way during the tutorial, during the live solve. I'm not going to do it that way. But, I mean, I can't stop you, really. I mean, I could ask you. I could say, guys, please don't use Ivan exploits. Just model it up correctly. At the end of the day, the whole point of this platform is to help you guys, learn a little bit about 3D CAD and learn a little bit about how to model. And that's ultimately what we're hoping that we're able to accomplish. And so, we want people to do it the right way. But it's totally up to you guys. I like this quote here. Every finished project is built on a pile of scrapped parts. Yes. True. So true. Every finished project is built on a pile of scrapped parts. That is true. FPV Kev says, I would do it properly. Good. Good, my man. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, that is your TooTallToby challenge here, your practice models challenge. And everyone is attempting to solve this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to solve it here as well. I think I'm going to try and build this thing up using... Let's use Onshape today. Let's mix it up a little bit. We'll use Onshape today. It's fun learning all these different CAD systems. We can kind of pick and choose which one we want to use for these different challenges, for these different live solves. So welcome, everyone, to Model Monday Live. As you can see on the left, our amazing community is attempting to model this thing up, and we're going to try to model it up ourselves here using Onshape. Now, the thing that we're going to model up is found here at TooTallToby.com. We're going to access the full library using either a free account or a paid account. But even if you're using a totally free account, you'll see that up at the top here, we'll have maybe 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 of these featured practice models that you can practice. And then you can see here, you'll see here that if you're logged in with a premium account or a free account, you can access the models that are in our library, but you can also access these models that are up top here. And we're going to be doing one of these models up top here, 250904. And so now we're going to get into this model. We're going to say click here to begin and reveal drawing, and the clock is running. So you can see here that in the TooTallToby practice models challenges, what we challenge you to do is to calculate the mass of this part and then enter that mass here directly into this box here. And if you get it incorrect, let's say I think that the answer is 99.9 grams, we get a warning saying, nope, your answer is incorrect. The clock is still running. So let's use Onshape and see if we can't figure out what the correct mass is of this part. Now, in this case, it's actually a multi-body part or an assembly. It's kind of like a heart pendant. And this one is in honor of our good friend Min Watex, who's been a member on the YouTube channel for a long time at the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee level, and also just in general, a long-time supporter of the channel. Really appreciate the support. So thank you, Min Watex. And for this model, we can see that we're going to be using plain carbon steel with 7,800 kilograms per cubic meter as the density. And the first thing we always want to ask ourselves when we're trying to solve a model like this is, where should our origin be located? And I think that for this part, I'm going to drop the origin right here. And then we want to ask ourselves, what should the first sketch look like? I think my first sketch is going to look kind of like this tombstone shape here. So I think that's going to be my first shape. Maybe I'll include this hole in that original shape just to kind of save myself that extra sketch. Maybe I'll come back in and draw that hole later. But regardless, I think my first sketch is just going to be this here, this wall thickness of 2 millimeters. oops, this wall thickness down here of about 2 millimeters. And then I'm going to extrude that to 2 millimeters. And then I think what I'll do is I'll add this additional geometry here. So I'll do another extrusion to get that kind of like L shape. And then I think I'll probably round this off, maybe with a full round. And then I'll do a shell. And if I do a shell, that should clear out this inside shape here. And it should leave me with some nice geometry that I can reference once I get to this section here. Now, the one step that I haven't done yet is I'm going to need to add in this shape here, this kind of like slotted shape. And then I'm going to need to create a pattern of that slotted shape. So maybe I'll do that. And then once I get that slotted shape in, it should be pretty easy for me to add in the geometry to cut away these kind of triangle shapes here. So it's always good, even though I know we took a couple of minutes there with the game plan, it's always good to kind of come up with a game plan before you actually jump into the 3D CAD. But now that we've got that game plan, let's open this up in a new window. That way we can move this over to our second screen. Maybe I'll move the clock over here to this side of the screen. And let's get into Onshape here and see what we can do with this challenge. So we'll leave the clock running here so you guys can see how long it takes me to do this as we're working through here. We'll bring up the keyboard cam so you can see all the cool keyboard shortcuts that I'm using here as we're working through. And it looks like my profile is set to, let's see here. Looks like my profile is actually set incorrectly here. So just to make sure that this looks good, I think I'm going to just take a quick mulligan here, and I'm going to adjust my user profile. I do want this to reflect Onshape. Since I'm modeling in Onshape, it'll help me with my analytics. So this will only take a second here. Okay. Here we go. What are you saying, Rambros? Rambros Workshop, maybe a bug. Same, cannot get this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, hold on a second, guys. Ah, I fat fingered something. All right, everybody put in their answers in the same order. Go. All right, fat fingered that one, guys. You're gonna have to just battle it out and see who gets their answer in there first. We might have to do a bonus model next week. Well, let's just say I got it right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Aaron, you got it. We'll just do honor system. All right, give it a try again. I think I need to make it a policy to not use any. I think I need to make it a policy to not use any digits that are the same digits in my answers. Must have been the power outage last Friday. I wish I could blame it on that. It's just my own inability to type correctly. Sorry about that, guys. Give it a try again. We'll see who ends up getting it. We'll leave it a little surprise here for the chat. All right, guys. So we're going to get into this now. And let's give this a try in Onshape. I know we just went through the game plan. I did go back and just adjust my CAD system so that once I adjusted my CAD system, I wanted to make sure that it said Onshape here, just because I am using Onshape and I want those analytics to be correct. And then I'm going to open up this in a new window. And once I open this up in a new window, we're going to go through and try to model this part up in Onshape. Let's see how fast we can do this. I'm going to go a little bit faster speed today rather than doing this as a step-by-step. It's going to be a little bit like a speed model. It's been a little while since I've been able to really open up the throttle here. Let's see what happens. So units are already millimeters. I know that because that's my default units. Front plane, begin to sketch, get normal 2. And we're going to stick with the game plane here and kind of create a tombstone shape. We also could have done this with a circle, but I think I'm just going to make it a tombstone shape because I know this model is going to end up getting pretty complicated. So I want to just give myself a chance to kind of keep everything organized here. So we'll make those perpendicular. And like we said in the game plan, we're going to drop the origin right here. Let's take these guys and make them parallel. So that's, I think, Shift B. Is that parallel or just B? This guy and this guy. There we go. And then we'll take this and kind of drag it around. Let's see. None of these are horizontal, right? Take this and... All right. Let's see if we can get that angle to work. Let's see. How could we get that angle? Maybe if we drop in the radius first, that'll let us drag it around for the angle. So 14 for the radius. I must have a horizontal in there somewhere by accident. This is not helping us with the speed run. Had a vertical in there. That's what the issue was. All right, we found it. You go around, you click on the things. There's more elegant ways to resolve those types of errors, but we'll cover that in another video. And then this total length here is 45. It's okay. It's okay. Don't panic. You don't know what your competitor is doing. They might not even have gotten their first extrusion. There we go. All right, so now that we've got that first shape, now we're going to begin our second shape here. Now, I think what I'll probably do is I'll just make the second shape on the same sketch plane. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because, on the same sketch plane as the first one. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because then I can just extrude it to the specified height. So we'll get normal 2 here. That is N, not control N. We'll get normal 2 here, and we'll create this geometry here for that second shape. So we'll come up in this direction. Let's input that dimension right away, 9. Come back over here in this direction. See how we're getting that perpendicular and coincident. See, if you just take a second and make sure that you're getting those relationships while you're sketching, it can really save you a lot of time. So bring that up to 6. And then let's add in our fillet here. We are going to do a full round fillet since everybody was so excited talking about the full round fillets earlier. And that looks fantastic. And let's do a shell now. So our shell is going to be at a wall thickness of 2 millimeters. And we'll just get rid of this and this and this. All right, and now let's go to this surface here, and on this surface we can create our slot shape. I feel like I got kind of turned around here as I was creating this geometry. So we'll drop in a slot here, and this is going to go to again, if you don't know where these commands are or if they're hidden, you can always just type in what you want that slot to be. And we want that to be, or just type in slot, and we want that slot to have a radius of 2, so that's going to be a diameter of 4. And that looks good. And then we're going to add in our distance to that first slot, which is also 4. So from this line to that first slot, that's also going to be 4. And then we need to add in a distance here that we need to reference from the original sketch. So if we just show the original sketch, then we can pick this bottom line here. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit difficult to pick that bottom line. But if you just show that original sketch, whoops, that was supposed to be to the center point. If you just show that original line, that'll make it easier to select that line for the dimension. So there we go. We're going to bring that out to a height of 14 or a length of 14 for that slot. And then for this one here, you know, what I usually would do here is just take this point and drag it onto here. And that way you got yourself a nice fully defined sketch, or maybe add a coincident relationship here. And that way you've got a nice fully defined sketch. It's always good to fully define your sketches. And so I tend to prefer to do feature patterns rather than doing sketch patterns. So I would probably opt to just take this slot and rip it through and then go in and add in my pattern at the feature level rather than adding it at the sketch level. So that's just kind of personal preference. That's how I like to do it. It doesn't mean that one is necessarily better than the other. It's just I've just had better experiences with using feature pattern, and that's not even necessarily in Onshape, but just in CAD in general. So we'll make that at an instance count of 3, and then I'm using tab and shift tab there to get through that box, and we'll make that at an offset of 8 and reverse direction. And oh yeah, that looks pretty good. And now we just need to add in those little spikes there that are the teeth of that, or the tines of that fork. So let's get normal 2 here. And there's a lot of ways you could do this. I think probably the easiest way is just to do this. Now, again, this might not be the most robust way. Like if I was going to be making different variations of this thing where some of them had 4 tines and some of them had 6 tines and, you know, some had 3 tines, then I would probably be a little bit more conscious of the idea of making this thing configurable. But if I'm just trying to get something out real quick, if the customer's standing there with me and we're trying to get a 3D print out and kind of see how it looks, I might take some shortcuts like this and then go back later and fix up those shortcuts. Like we said earlier, shortcuts do tend to lead to long journeys. And so that's something that I am always aware of, especially when it comes to 3D CAD and making changes to your 3D CAD. So I'll just make this blind and stick to the wall thickness here of 2. And there we go. And then we just need to add in that hole. I did manage to get turned around here a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. A little bit backwards. So this is going to come up from the origin. I'm going to use a line here to come up from the origin, a little bit of a shortcut there with that line to come up from the origin. It's going to come up 10, and then it's going to be a circle with a diameter of 4. All right, and then we'll extrude cut that. And then the final thing that we're going to do here is we're going to create a line that we can use to perform a circular pattern command. So you'll notice that here on the drawing, it says, so I've got all the geometry for one of these. All the geometry for one of these is done. And then here on the drawing, you see it says, hint, this dimension is helpful. So basically what that's telling me is that the center line for this thing is running right down the middle of where that 20 dimension is. So if I go back over here and then I take this, if I go back over here and then I take this this face here and I begin a new sketch and then I create a line there running along that face there, then what I can do is I can take that line and I can add in a dimension. So the dimension could go here from this plane to this line. And oops, I didn't make the line vertical. Let me click on that line V. Let me click on that line H. I'm very disoriented in this sketch. And then it looks like I picked up a relationship here by accident as well. So let's just get rid of that relationship. I had a midpoint relationship on there by accident. So we'll bring that over at 10. And now we can use that line to perform a circular pattern. So we can go here to circular pattern and we can take this body and we could say we want to pattern it about this line here. We want there to be 2 instances and that gives us this shape here. So now we have created that heart pendant, and if we roll around, you can see that it's actually in the perfect spot here. So that heart pendant is exactly where we want it to be, exactly where it is there for that drawing. That looks pretty good. So just by sketching that line here on this surface, we gave ourselves that heart pendant in the right location. Now, if it was in the wrong location, we could maybe do like a move body to get it into the right location, but I think that looks pretty good. So now we could right-click on the part here. We could say Edit Appearance, make one of them a little bit of a darker gray, and then right-click on this other part here. Oops, right-click on this other part here, say Edit Appearance, make one of them maybe like a lighter gray. And then we could go to both of these parts and we could right-click and say Assign Material for 2 parts. And this material is going to be from the TooTallToby custom library. So if you're not familiar with that, just take a look at the description. And finally, what we're going to do here with this part is we're going to come down here to this lower right corner. We're going to choose to measure the mass, and then we're going to pick both of these bodies, and we are coming up with a mass here of 36.6 grams. So let's type it in there, 36.6, and enter. And no, 30. Again, I did it again, guys. Wow. That's exactly what I did when I was setting up the admin tool. So 30, and they're right above each other on the 10 key also. 33.6. Yes, we did it. We got it correct. So I wish I could say that was staged, but it definitely was not staged. So question here from Striker, could you have mirrored it over that line as well? So, I mean, to get the mass correct, you could have, but to avoid the Ivan exploit, which I guess technically this is an Ivan exploit, right? Because this is kind of different from the geometry. Maybe I can mirror this whole thing and then it would be correct. It wouldn't be an Ivan exploit. But this is a little bit like inverted from the proper heart orientation there, right? This heart, the tines are over here bending over, and this one, the tines are over here bending over from the back. So it's a remix. It's just a remix. But the question there from Striker was, could we just mirror it instead? I mean, you could definitely just mirror it to get the correct mass, but I don't think the geometry is going to look right if you mirror it. So if I take the top plane here, and I take this point, and then I do reference geometry plane, and make a new plane there, and then I use that plane to do a mirror, and then I say, this is what I'm going to mirror. Whoops, this is the plane I'm going to use. See, I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that then the tines will end up overlapping. I guess, yeah, I mean, I think that the aesthetic goal of this thing is that you always see the tines no matter how you rotate it. So in this configuration, even if they weren't overlapping, you would still see them all on the same side. You would see them all in the front, and you wouldn't see them at all in the back. So I don't think mirror would work. Even if it wasn't merged, I don't think mirror would work. I think that this way we can see the tines regardless of how we rotate it. So yeah, good question. I like that question. I love experimenting with these models like that to kind of see what we come up with. I think it's such a good question. I don't think mirror is right. Yeah, exactly. The shape is different. Yep, exactly. The old left hand, right hand problem. Yeah, exactly. Rich Penn's got it. So we're going to submit that answer, 9 minutes and 2 seconds, and let's see how we did against the field. So we've had 8 people who've been able to get in there and successfully solve this thing. Maybe we'll put a little asterisk on this one. And it's none other than Aaron C. who gets in there. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have 3 models next week to make up for this. So next week, we'll just kind of have like a little bit more of a speedy cadence so that we can get through all 3 of them. Maybe we'll have a little bit less news, and that way we'll make up for it. We try to make up for it here in the TooTallToby community if we make a mistake. So congratulations to Aaron C. And looks like he was able to complete that one. Looks like, yeah, this one got a little bit funky. Model was posted on none. All right. That might be because I changed the answer as well. What is cadence? It's just like the speed that we go through it. You know, like we go at the cadence that we go at for the normal show is that we do 30 minutes for the first half of the show and 30 minutes for the second half of the show. Well, if we have 3 models, then we'll have to like split that into 3 periods instead of 2. So it's like hockey instead of soccer. Gonna try and make this in class today out of metal. Yo, that'll probably come out cool. I think I would love to see that, Mr. Mesa. Guys, we got Mesa Makes in the chat. Shout out to Mesa Makes. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that competition. It's a lot of fun. I really like that model. Shout out to Min Watex. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. And guys, if you want to join the channel, we'd love to have you as members. Don't forget you can unlock the entire Practice Models Premium library. And shout out to Min Watex. Congratulations to our winners today. I'm sorry to Aaron C. I know that he came in with that answer first, but I feel like it's a little bit sus. And I saw he put something in the chat as well. I probably didn't actually have it first. Don't give me the points. LOL. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a mix-up on my part. You saw exactly what I did. For some reason, my hand just really wanted to go to... I even did it here. Look, 36.6. These are 3 independent entries. I'm not like, I didn't enter it wrong once and then copy and paste it. This is just like something in my brain is wrong. I'm going to remember this as well because next time I have an answer that's similar to this, like a 3 and a 3 and a 6 together, I'm going to make sure that I remember. This is the kind of stuff, these are like the tiny little nuances that it doesn't matter how many times you try to copy what we're doing here, you will never learn those little tiny nuances. Like, hey, did you know that if you're working on a 10 key and the numbers 3 and 6 are in there and they're double patterned, that you're going to be more likely to type in the 6 twice instead of typing in the 3 twice? Like, that's probably a pretty nuanced thing that you're not going to be able to get by just trying to make a copy of what we're doing. So whenever I see these little nuances, they always make me laugh. And the fact that we're able to learn from these makes me feel very thankful that we have the community that we do. So thank you, guys. It was a lot of fun. Good. I'm glad that it was fun, guys. Brian Jackson in the chat says, nice work, Toby. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. And Anthony says, hey, you could 3D print it. Yeah, exactly. All right. Congratulations to our winners. Rambros Workshop gets the only point of the day. Congratulations to Rambros Workshop. Congratulations to everybody who finished that second one. And like FPV Kev says in the chat, I'll see you guys on Friday. Friday, September 12th, we continue with the tournament, match number 3 and 4. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be sure to check out the Practice Models app. You can try that model yourself. You can see if you can get the answer correct. You can type the answer correct into the app, and then you can see if you can get that answer correct. You can experiment with that model. It's a pretty fun model. And thank you so much to Peekaboo. Thank you to Min Watex for having the featured models today. Friday's 1 p.m. East Coast. Striker asked, what time is it on Friday? Het Patel in the chat says GG. He's going to be in the competition on Friday. First time in the competition, and he's going up against the #1 seed. So good luck, Het Patel, on that very first debut matchup. But I can't wait to see how it all shakes out. And then we're going to see some SolidWorks versus SolidWorks in the second half of the show on the matches on Friday. And then, of course, we will be back next week. So join us Monday, September 15th. We'll do a recap of some of the tournament matches. And guys, this is such a fun way to start the day. I'm so thankful to have all of you. Thank you for helping me start this Monday the way that we did. It was a really good time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will hopefully see you on Friday at the tournament. And if not, I'll see you next week on Model Monday Live. See you, everybody.